Hey guys, it's Cole. Welcome back to another 50/60 Drift Rentals video. In this one, we just got back from RioBash, and we're gonna go over the cars and see what we got to fix on them so we can get back out there on track. So let's get into it. All right, and for the 60Z, she did good all weekend. We just got the front bumper, rear bumper, over fenders painted. The hatch is still at paint. But other than that, all we've done to this since I think you guys last have seen it is we put a clutch in it, or I believe that is because I don't think we've posted a video since then. But it all really is just a clutch and then paint and putting all the body panels back on. But we did have a renter at RioBash this weekend, and the car did do good all weekend from what I was told. The only issue was when I put the over fenders on, I hit the quarter panel in here and I pushed the crumple zone down, and it was rubbing on the renter's tire, so then he had to go and cut it to be able to run because he was rubbing while drifting, and it chewed up his tire, and obviously you don't want that while drifting. But other than that, this has been good. I'm not real sure if I'm gonna rent it out anymore this season because I do want to go over it and I want to do ball joints, maybe replace the tie rods again, or just have more spares on hand and just do a once over on it. Oh, and the lower control arm, I got to replace that. The bushing blew out. But other than that, this thing is pretty good. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. So then here's the G. We let Jordan drive this at RioBash. If you guys can see, there's Ruby just running around back there. And Jordan drove the G last weekend, and it was good most of Saturday. And then right when we got into night drifting, one second guys, hold on, we got a truck coming in. I don't want Ruby to get ran over. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. I don't like Ruby's a barker, and I didn't want to deal with her running over at that truck and barking at him, and I didn't want to deal with it. But anyway, the G35, Jordan drove it most of the day. I mean, he didn't go out there and just pound hot laps all day, but he drove it enough. The only issue he had was during night drifting, the idler pulley freaking came off. This is actually the second time this came off because I had a renter last month rent the G. Well, he drove both the 60Z and the G, and the idler pulley came off on him then too. So yeah, I didn't Loctite this time when I replaced it, so I'm gonna Loctite it this time and then hopefully not have this happen again. But other than that, the old G35, she was mint. This is just a simple car, handbrake, seat, no angle. All it really has is tow arms and solid motor mounts and aluminum radiator, and that's really all you need to drive in these cars. I like to keep them simple. And then the 50Z. So we just got this done this weekend, or last week. This is the car that Connor and I actually went and picked up 3 years ago up in Michigan. And I got a really good deal on this car. I paid $700 for it. The body's really nice, but the previous owner, he LS swapped it, and he just totally murdered the wiring. So I had to put a standalone engine harness in it and just run a switch panel because he literally cut all the power wires. I wasn't getting power to the ECU, and I didn't want to deal with it anyway because my engine harness that I had for this car was kind of junk. So yeah. This thing was actually pretty mint all weekend, well, Saturday, up until, on the sweeper on intermediate, I was hitting a fuel cut. But other than that, it was good. I am missing the fuel pump O-ring, I believe, because there was a little bit of, not gas, but it would build up a little bit of, a gassy little residue at the top of the gas tank. So I would just dump water on it to get rid of it, and so then it wouldn't smell like gas. But yeah, so maybe we'll have to add because I'm not real sure if, I honestly don't know if I had enough gas and it was maybe just fuel cutting because I was low on gas. But I had put gas in this the last time I left the shop with it to go work on it, so I'm not real sure. But I'm gonna probably put more gas in it and then potentially see about the side tank and see if we, or the side transfer pump tank, and see if we just have to put another fuel pump into there for the transfer over to the main tank. Other than that, the rentals were really good. It was a pretty good shakedown. RioBash was really good. 50-60 Drift Rentals was able to donate $500 to Genie/RioBash, so that was super cool. We did a raffle. Well, we did a raffle, gave away 2 sets of tires and then a total of $315 cash. And we had the 2 winners for the cash were from, one was from Iowa and one was all the way from Oregon. So it was really cool to, you know, have people that came out and drove all that way to actually, you know, win something and help out a good cause. So let's see what else we got going on with these things. I'll be right back. All right, so I kind of want to give you guys a little cockpit point of view of each car. So we're in the 50Z right now. This is the car that, like I said, Connor and I went and got in 2021, and it's been a project of mine because it's just been a headache the entire time working on it. But the previous owner really did a number on the wiring in this thing. He cut out the back seat buckets area, and yeah, it was just, he cut like so much of the wiring up. I don't really know if he, like, he drilled out the ignition, all of these wires. It's just a mess. But this is a little switch panel has the ignition. This is for the coolant gauge, and then one of these is for the fan. I think it's this one. But yeah, I do want to get a radio and all that stuff, put the actual OEM. I do have that from the old car that I parted out to get all of the drivetrain and everything from this into. You know, it's just one of those things, like, getting the car running and driving is, I was more worried about that than getting the interior back together, because, you know, what's the point of having a full interior car if you can't drive it, in my opinion. But now that we're coming to the off season, I want to put the interior back in it and, you know, fix it up, make it nice, because, you know, this car is pretty nice, actually. All it really needs is a good interior cleaning and a hood and front bumper, and it would be really nice. But other than that, yeah, I do need a shift knob too, because that was pretty lame driving with that. And then I'm gonna have to cut the shifter area and put all that back in too. But the reverse mount hydro in these is, in a Z, is I think the way. I used to have a pull up in my old Z right here, which was, I mean, it was nice, but the pullback is definitely the way, I believe. So let's go check out the G35. All right, now we're in the G. The G is actually a pretty nice interior. I mean, it's not okay. It's not nice, but like the G35s, they really do have a nice interior. This one, I just need to get better interior pieces, like the back seats, they're shot. This headliner's shot. It has a starlight in it. That A-pillar thing was all jacked up. But otherwise, like, I do have the centerpiece right here, and I'm gonna have to just recut it for the shifter, or the handbrake, I mean. Wow. But other than that, oh man, I must have a leak in this thing, because this hydro just runs out of pressure. But other than that, all this car really needs is a radio, and it would be the perfect street car, daily street car, because the G35, I always just kind of assumed they're like a 350Z, which, I mean, yes, they are a 350Z, but they're kind of really, they're pretty decent for what they are, for being a luxury, you know, rear-wheel drive car. But for this thing, for over the winter, I don't really know what else we're going to do to it besides just get a body kit and then paint the whole car and body kit, because otherwise this thing is pretty much good to go, besides it chucking the idler pulleys. But I think we're going to put a little Loctite on it and maybe put a little tack weld on the stud just so it can't back off. And, you know, because they're like, to buy the OEM pulley and the nut again, it's like $60 plus shipping, and then if you buy the OEM cover that goes over that, it's another $26, and it's, you know, it's kind of lame to have to buy that just to go drifting each time, and because it's hard to find them when they fly off the car. But let's go check out the 60Z. All right, in the 60Z, this car is this is a pretty nice Z. Besides it being, you know, crashed. I mean, I guess I really haven't shown too many videos of this when it was when I first got it, but that quarter panel is smashed in and pretty bent, messed up. Like, the car does have a salvage title. I could, you know, if I fixed it, got all new airbags and, well, it's the seat airbags mainly that blew, and then I believe the side curtains and the headliner also blew. But it's one of those things. Nice. It's just a drift car at the end of the day, and I don't really need to have another street car Z, because I already have the 50Z that is registerable. So, but other than that, the interior in this is very nice. It's probably my favorite thing about the car is how nice the interior is. It did have a stock radio in it when I got it, but had to take it out for the hydro. And then I did cut the shifter area, but it's just kind of a pain when you're drifting, and it's just easier just not to have it in and have to deal with the hydro hitting it. But other than that, this interior is pretty nice. Doesn't have the back plastics, but it has a majority of them, and has just enough of the interior for the back, I think, to it, you know, it'd be nice. Because if you're actually drifting a lot, it's nice to just be able to chuck your wheels in the back and not worry about the breaking plastics and, you know, getting the carpet wet. But yeah, for the winter for this is just going to be ball joints, put the hatch on it, and that's probably about it. Maybe raise up the front and buy wheels, because I would like to get a matching set of wheels for each car. Well, 3 matching sets. And yeah, but ooh, looks like we got a truck coming in. Might have to move all the rigs. So I'll catch you guys in the next clip, or maybe the next one. We'll see what happens or what we get into here.